everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are going to be featuring Blue Knight rubber stamps today. We are using this stamp set called Gone Fishin'. This is one of my favorite stamps out of the new release. And with this stamp set, you get a large silhouette boat with two fishermen, a small silhouette, a sentiment that says Gone Fishin', and a sentiment that says the best days are spent fishing. And I've already done a really simple pan pastel background, and all I did here was kind of mask off and did like this orange, red, yellow sky, a little masked off moon there, and then stamped on the silhouette and the sentiments. So for today's video, I wanted to bring in the Blue Knight Rubber Stamps cloud stencils and maybe change up the colors a little bit, but show you how easy it is to make this card using pan pastels. So let's get into it. So I'm going to put the stamp set aside for a second. Let me move my image off. We're going to bring in some Neenah Solar White. I do like to use a stamp positioner when I am stamping these silhouette images. But before we get into actually stamping today, we are going to be making a little horizon. So I have a little piece of blue cardstock here. I'm sorry, white cardstock. As you can see, I've already used it with some blue pan pastels. If you are not familiar with pan pastels, they're a really easy medium to use. They're my go-to for something fast and colorful. This is the day and night set that comes from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. When you purchase the day and night set, you get about 7 colors. I think these are my optional colors here. It also comes with a white. They come in this storage tin. Normally, if you buy them at the store, they come in a little individual palette. But this comes with the storage palette. The names of the colors, you can see they're nicely in there. They don't fall out. The names of the colors are on the back there. You always want to pick up a colorless blender. It just makes things easier with blending them in. But we're going to be using some of these blue colors here, which is turquoise, ultramarine blue, and phthalo blue. So I'm just going to bring in a sponge. You also get some what are called soft tools, and you get some different shapes with the set. So you get the 7 colors, you get the soft tools, you get the storage plastic container there, and of course you get the high quality, high pigmented pan pastels. If you've never heard of pan pastels before, they're high quality artists, basically a chalk. I don't like calling it a chalk because it's not dusty at all like a chalk. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to blend. If you make a mistake, all you have to do is erase it. And yeah, very easy to clean up as well. So I just go upstairs, wash my hands. Nothing to it. And you just need very little. You don't need a lot at all. And that's it. Okay. So now I have my horizon. I am actually going to turn this a little bit, and to clean your tools is very easy. You just take a paper towel and you just wipe off any of that excess. You can see a very little goes a long way. I actually don't wash my sponges because you really don't need to once you take that powder off of there. It's good. All right, so we want to bring in the cloud stencil from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. This is the traditional cloud stencil. I'm going to start at the top here, and I'm going to use some of that ultramarine, very bright blue, and I'm just going to gently bring that down, swipe across. That's it. I'm going to move the stencil down and move it over, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of the violet, the purple. Same thing, down, swipe it across. And you'll see how this is going to come together in a second once we use the blending tool. Okay, down, swipe it across again. Actually, I'm going to go this way. I like the smaller clouds. I'm going to go in with the lighter blue, which is the turquoise. Some of those colors are still on there and mixing or blending. That's okay. I'm all right with that. And then I think one more time here. Again with the lighter turquoise. And just gently flicking that color just right over the stencil. So I have a mixture of some blue, some purple, some turquoise, all in there. Okay, so now what I want to do, it looks like a hot mess. What are those creepy looking clouds right there? So I'm going to grab the Colorless Blender, and this is the secret to making this all look good. I'm going to grab a cleaner sponge that doesn't have a whole bunch of color on it. This guy here. Okay, and all I'm going to do is just swipe some of that Colorless Blender onto my sponge, and then I'm going to swipe sideways, this, and then I'm going to clean my sponge off again, go in with a little bit more Colorless Blender, and I'm going to go upwards. So what this is going to do is it's going to blend those clouds together. We still have some dimension. We have those colors kind of very gently blended, and that's what the Colorless Blender does. Now, if there's anything you don't like, you can always go in with an eraser and erase it and start over again. All right, but I like the way that looks. Very nice. And so now is the easy part. All we have to do is stamp. So let me bring in the stamp set here. Gonna put my cardstock right in the corner of my mini Misty. I did remove the foam because this is a red rubber stamp. Now when we place this stamp down, we want to make sure that the solid part of the stamp is up the top of the sky, and this little dimensional kind of cutout, this is our shadow for the lake, so we want that at the bottom. And there is a little bit of an area right here. That's going to be where you want the line to be on your horizon on the water. So we're going to put that down. But before I actually stamp it and decide that's where I want it to go, I want to test my placement. So to test placement, what we're going to do is bring a little piece of acetate in. Now, acetate is just any little extra plastic packaging that you have left over from previous stamp sets. So this is just a little piece of plastic acetate. I'm going to put that right into the middle of my image where I think my boat should stamp. That's actually the perfect size. I'm going to stamp, ink up my stamp, and I'm just going to do a light inking because, again, all I'm looking for is placement at this point. Okay, and do I like where that's at on my acetate? Now, I feel like the front of my boat can move upward a little bit. So I'm actually going to tilt that up a tiny bit, which is actually how I had it the first time. I'm going to very carefully remove my acetate and wipe that off. We don't want any of that ink smearing on our panel. Okay. Bring that acetate back in. Make sure I have it centered pretty well. Put my magnet on, and without re-inking it, I'm just going to stamp it down. Again, just looking for placement here. Okay, now the front of my boat is a little too high. So before it was too low, now it's too high. The back end of the boat is okay though. I think we're good here. Let me clean this and try one more time, and then I think we can stamp, put our sentiment on, and that's it. That's how easy it is to put this card together. I lost my magnet. Don't you hate when that happens? Oh, there it is. Alright, now I am going to pull this plastic off. It's still too high. Did I go in the... Oh, I went in the wrong direction. I pulled it up instead of pulling it down. That's what happened. All right. Ooh, I think that looks pretty good. I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. All right. Let me move acetate out of the way, put my magnet back down. We're going to ink up the stamp. I like this ink from Catherine Pooler because it's a spongy ink pad, but this is an archival ink, so it gives me nice coverage, and it dries pretty quickly. You guys know I love the VersaFine Clair, but it takes a minute for that to dry, and sometimes it smudges. So this dries pretty quickly, and I have less smudging. So we're going to try it out for a little bit. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty good. It is right on the line there. I'm going to ink that up again. Man, that makes me want to go fishing. And because this is a silhouette stamp, we want to ink it up a few times to make sure we have nice black dark coverage. That looks pretty good. I'm going to clean my stamp off. We'll add our sentiment to this one. And the sentiment I used on the other one was Gone Fishing, but I think for this one we'll use the other sentiment that says the best days are spent fishing, and we will put that in the top corner here. Once again, I am going to use my acetate to make sure I have proper placement. Let me clean that off. Don't want to smear any of that ink on my card. Put the acetate up in the corner here. Put my magnet on there. I can see already that it's crooked. I'm gonna just try to straighten that out on the Misty lid using the grid lines. Looks pretty good. A light inking. Stamp it down. That looks pretty perfect. Okay, so we're going to remove our acetate. Re-ink our stamp again. And one more time to make it a little darker. That looks pretty good. And then all I would do is spray this with some Krylon fixative spray. Basically clear spray paint is what it is. And then that will fix the pan pastels in place. You know what? I think we need some birds. Let me grab some birds. Can't find my birds. Hello, birds. Did I use my birds? Did I pull my birds out? This is what happens when you have too many stamps and you don't put everything away. All right. Well, here they are. have some of these birds flying in the background. There we go, like that. And then we have a little 3-pack of birds. We can put those in here. This is the Birds 2 set from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. So a lot of different sizes of birds you can add on there. Kind of like this guy. Put that one, whoops. There we go. And then we have these little birds. I think that's upside down. Let's try it this way. There we go. That's better. So we'll add this little 3-pack of birds like they're way far away. There we go. So we have some birds. So very easy to do with pan pastels, just changing up your colors. You can see that I easily went from a sunrise panel just by changing my colors from red, orange, and yellow to this fun blue and purple look. Very easy to create. Let me know which one you like better, the sunrise one or the daytime one, down in the comments below. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will link for you all of the products I use from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. If you like this video, I do appreciate your thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.